Hi guys, how's it going? Not really Keith here today with another Hearthstone Battlegrounds video for you. Today looking at some Master Nguyen gameplay. For those who don't know, Master Nguyen has a free hero power that allows you to pick from 2 different hero powers every turn. This can be very good early, mid and late game depending on which hero powers you get. One of the key takeaways for Nguyen is knowing which hero powers to pick at different points in the game that are going to give you the strongest advantage. Starting off here, I've gone with the Wax Warband into Detective for Hire. When it comes to your leveling curve for Master Nguyen, most of the time you want to be going for standard leveling curve by leveling to Tavern Tier 2 when it costs 4 gold, and then leveling to Tavern Tier 3 when it also costs 4 gold. In the early game, a main consideration for which hero power to choose at the start of the turn can be evening out your gold spent that turn. For instance, on turn 3 when you have 5 gold, if you can pick up a hero power that costs 2 gold, it can allow you to buy a minion from the shop and then hero power as well. As I mentioned in my last video, beasts are very strong at Tavern Tier 2, so being able to pick up 2 of the Tavern Tier 2 beasts gives me a strong board at this stage in the game. Usually I wouldn't recommend leveling to Tavern Tier 3 until you hit 7 gold, however because I get the lead Explorer hero power, it allows me to level and then pick up a Tavern Tier 3 minion, keeping my leveling curve very strong. At this point I've picked up quite a lot of beast synergy, so I'm looking to continue that and play sort of an early to mid game beast board. Now that I've reached Tavern Tier 3, we're entering into the mid-game, and one of the key things to do at this stage is to fill out your board as much as possible with strong minions to help you win combats.
I'll show you how to do real magic.
I'm actually able to level here instead of doing that because I'm running the Silver Goose and Rat Pack. If I do add minions to my board, it's going to add some value, but because I want space to summon the token minions, it's actually okay for me to just level here because I want the extra board space anyway. For those who noticed, I was also able to pick up Master Nguyen's buddy, which now, because it's on the board, gives me 3 options to choose from instead of 2 at the start of each turn. Honestly, so far my options haven't been that great, but they've just allowed me to get a little bit of an advantage in terms of economy or board strength to help get me through this sort of early and mid game. So my shop isn't the best here, and I do decide to level to Tavern Tier 5. I know some people would have picked up the Nerubian there, but because I'm still looking to keep board space open for these token minions, instead I decide to just push for Tier 5, get it done, and then I can try and stabilise at this Tavern Tier. As you can see, I do end up taking some damage here, more than I would have liked for leveling to Tier 5. but I am confident in my ability to stabilise the board at this tavern tier to stop taking damage.
Time to see our new recruits. Strong as the mountain.
Now, that being said, I do actually go for the weaker option here to be greedy by picking up the Brann egg because I have the Brann in my shop.
Stay warm out there.
So I know a lot of players actually think of their health as a resource, and I've used a fair amount of my health here to get to Tavern Tier 5 and to put me in a much better position. So now that I'm at this stage, I'm going to be looking to stabilise my board to stop taking damage with the extra level advantage that I've been able to gain.
I remember Vandar saying good things about that one. Stay safe, minion.
One of the best things about leveling to Tavern Tier 5 is that if you create a triple on Tavern Tier 5, you get a discover a minion from the tier above, which at that point is a Tavern Tier 6 minion. So tripling minions or tripling your buddy on Tavern Tier 5 can be a very effective way of getting these Tier 6 cards.
The fate of the world hangs in the balance.
Now that I'm able to pick up the Kalagos from Tier 6 and I've already got the Brann on the board and a Nightbane in the shop, this is a very obvious choice for me going into some sort of Battlecry comp with the Kalagos and then extra dragons I can find.
Where's the fight? I got it. Second hand.
I remember Vandar saying
It could have been better to keep the Murky on the board there and look for some sort of end of turn Murloc build, but because I've already got the Kalagos and the Nightbane, I'm quite committed to dragons at this point, so that's the build I'm going to try and go for. For those who don't know, Kalagos is a tier 6 dragon where whenever you trigger a battle cry it gives your dragons +1/+1.
it's not over yet. Keep pushing.
This has really strong synergy with Brann because every time you play a Battlecry minion, instead of triggering once, now it's going to trigger twice, giving your dragons +2/+2 for each Battlecry minion you play.
I remember
So now I do pick up the General Dracasath, which is going to be one of the key cards I end up using to build this comp. However, I would not advise anyone to try and recreate this comp as it was built under very specific circumstances that allowed me to go this particular direction with the board. However, if you would like to try, I'd love to see how it goes.
I love catching some waves.
hard work pays off.
General Dracasath is a great card to pair with Kalagos because not only is it Battlecry minion, but it gives you another Battlecry minion to your hand. So it's a really good natural pairing with Brann with Kalagos that's going to give your dragons lots of extra buffs.
I remember Vandar saying good things about that one. Don't give up. We're in this together. You're an unstoppable force.
I do find the triple Brann here, which is obviously going to be great for my board, and I am able to triple into the Grey main. So at this stage I'm thinking I can play Grey main and some sort of cycle minions build with the triple Brann to buff all the minions on my board. For those who don't know, Grey main gives +1/+1 to all of your even tavern tier minions every time you play an even tier card. However, seeing the young Murkai in the shop actually gives me a really cool idea. In general terms, Brann Kalagos doesn't have that much scaling because you're only getting +1/+1 for each Battlecry minion you play. However, when a young Murkai is paired with a triple Brann, it's going to create lots of Battlecry effects going off at once.
An excellent addition to your team.
Now, having the young Murkai next to the General Drakasath is not only good because it's triggering the battle cry 3 times at the end of the turn, it's also giving me the 2/1 Smolder Wings that are Battlecry minions as well. These Smolder Wings give a dragon +5 attack and can triple like any other minion, giving a tier 6 Discover.
What a win!
I do get quite lucky at this stage, being able to pick up the Reno hero power to make a minion golden, which is obviously going to be very strong for my comp. In terms of which minion I use the Reno hero power on, there is an argument for using it on both the Murkai and the Kalagos. I was trying to see if I could find any other duplicates of my young Murkai or Kalagos, and then I would Reno power the other one, but I do decide to just put it on the Kalagos. Now my Kalagos is giving +2/+2 to all of my dragons whenever I trigger a friendly minion's battlecry. This synergizes with the Brann, which triggers battlecries 3 times, and the young Murkai that's triggering the adjacent minions' battlecries at the end of each turn.
I love catching some waves.
Now, seeing the double Kalagos in the shop, I decide that that's actually going to be a bit overkill. However, the Drakari, for those who don't know, triggers the end of turn effects twice, which is going to pair with the young Murkai. This creates an interesting situation with 2 General Drakasaths, leading to, at the end of my turn, each one triggering their battle cry 6 times, giving me 12 Smolder Wings per turn.
The battle continues.
It's actually quite a shame that the Smolderwings don't triple at the end of your turn, and you actually have to wait till the start of next turn for them to turn into triples. Otherwise I'd able to be getting quite a few more of them in my hand. But your hand, for those who don't know, your hand size caps out at 10. You can have a maximum of 10 cards stored in your hand. One of the strong benefits I have here, opposed to playing a regular dragon board, is I actually scale the health of the dragons as well. Usually in the lower tier dragon builds, you don't actually get that much health on your dragons, and they just scale lots of attack with things like the Nightbane. However, with this build, it allows me to generate quite a lot of health on them as well. And with that, I am able to secure a place in the top 4.
Recruitment time, my favorite. I remember Vandar saying good things about that one.
At this point I am thinking about the current board state, and I decide that General Drakosath is actually not going to be the best card to play with the Unmerkai, and I would much rather have something like the Electric Synthesizer to give my dragons the +3/+2, or even the Smolderwings I have in my hand to give the dragons +10 attack.
Where's the fight? I love catching some waves.
There she blows. Recruitment time, my favorite.
By this point in the game I am starting to question whether I should be wearing sunglasses.
What a win!
Now with the 3 triples, discover tier 6 minions in my hand, I'm looking to pick up another young Merkai, which I am actually able to find. As some of you may have already guessed, this allows for adjacent minions to trigger their battle cries twice at the end of each turn instead of once.
Strong as the mountain. Stay safe, minion. Another great recruit for you. Time to see our new recruits.
Where's the fight?
At this point I would give warning to anyone that suffers from epilepsy or has problems with flashing lights.
What a win!
Luckily, I'm able to pick up the Snicker Snack Shudderwock's hero power, which allows me to trigger a friendly minion's battle cry, as triggering 24 battle cries at the end of each turn can always be improved on. I do end up getting another ghost round here, which means I'm in for another end of turn light show.
I'll keep them here. Every day is a new adventure. First place is yours. This calls for a celebration. Victory! That's how it's done.
I'll do what I can.
I'll clean you up.
I am the first.
Let's show our guests.
The fate of the world hangs in the balance.
Where's the fight?
A melody of love.
I'll clean you up.
Important job and special bond.
Stay safe, minion. Another great recruit for you.
I got it. I love catching some waves.
Oh, it's Drekthar's favorite too. What? You're on top of the mountain.
For those of you that still have consciousness, it would mean a lot to me if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel, as it helps boost my channel for new viewers. Anyway, that's going to be all from me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.